Hi, my name's Steve. Welcome aboard my narrowboat home, Moorland Rose. Please join me as I take a slow boat through Britain. I left you in my last vlog partway down Perry Bar Locks when I picked up something around my prop. Pulling into the side, I stopped the engine and set about opening the weed hatch to remove what turned out to be several plastic bags and yards of twine. Having cleared the offending items and replaced the weed hatch cover, we can set off again to complete the flight. To our right we can just see Alexander Stadium, which hosted the opening and closing ceremonies for the 2022 Commonwealth Games. I set off slowly, ensuring my stern is in deeper water, to prevent any further rubbish that may be lurking on the bottom from getting tangled in the prop. We will see more of the motorway later. There's the next lock of the flight ahead. True to their word, Alan and Jason, the two lockies that helped me in my last vlog, have driven down to ensure that I don't have any problems with the next pound. Hello again.
What's it, sorry?
Say hello again.
That's that.
Just fetched that out from the prop just after I left. Just as I came out that last lock. Jason has set the next lock in my favour, and as the rest of the flight has plenty of water, they will leave me here. Jason, bless him, had set the next lock as well. One tailgate has a mind of its own and closes before I can haul Moorland Rose out. Normally I would have to go across and reopen it, but I am cheeky enough to ask a passing walker to do it for me. You find most people along the canal are pretty helpful. At least the self-closing gate meant I didn't have to cross back over to shut it as I left. At the next lock, I find that the lazy boater in front of me has left the bottom gates open and the paddles up when they went through. My first job therefore is to close both before refilling the lock for Moorland Rose. Annoying extra work for the solo boater. Job done, and gates and paddles closed, I can move on to the next lock of the flight. There are many of these abandoned arms, which once upon a time served the factories that fuelled industrial Birmingham. Unfortunately, many of today's factories have turned their back on the canal and see the land bordering the water as somewhere to store their waste. At least this lock is full, and I only have to open the gate. Even here, I get an interested audience. The canal now approaches the complex interlaced bridges of the Gravelly Hill interchange, better known to most as Spaghetti Junction, where the M6 motorway connects with the A38 Aston Expressway to provide a route into the heart of Birmingham City. There are layers upon layers of roads forming this mind-numbing junction, with the odd railway line to add to the confusion. A gauging island, where tolls were calculated, indicates we are coming to the end of the Tame Valley Canal and joining the Birmingham and Fazeley Canal. Long before Spaghetti Junction was built, this area was a major junction for the canal routes into Birmingham, with the Birmingham and Fazeley Canal leading through Aston Locks to the famous Gas Street Basin. And the Birmingham and Warwick Junction Canal providing an alternate route into the city. But we will head away from the city accompanied by the M6 motorway. trout pool referred to in the name of this and the previous bridge belonged to Erdington Hall, home of the Jennens family, ironmasters of Birmingham. The pool is filled in now and covered with factories. The hall was demolished in 1912. Notice the little red door in the bridge above the canal. These were installed during World War II to allow the fire brigade to pump water from the canal to fight fires during the Blitz. The Birmingham and Fazeley Canal was opened in 1789 as a means of getting the wares of Birmingham to London via the Coventry Canal and the North Sea ports via the River Trent. As such, it was a busy route, regularly seeing in excess of 150 boats a day. A quick stop to top up my drinking water. To our right, beyond the hedge, is the large housing estate of Castle Vale. It was once a huge aircraft factory producing the Supermarine Spitfire of World War II. This is the first boat I've seen moving in a few days. My last lock of the day. I have identified a mooring after this bridge. Let's hope there's space. This looks good after 16 locks today. Did I mention there's a pub by the bridge? I hope you have enjoyed the journey through the industrial heart of Britain. I'm heading for more rural scenery from here, so join me next week. Until then, stay safe. See you soon.